G'day, 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor. Not going to look anything as good on camera as it feels in here, but yeah, Raptor. Awesome looking ute, I reckon. You got 33-inch tires under here. I don't know if you can see, you got Fox Racing suspension. I know it's dirty, it's a Raptor, piss off, it's meant to be. Inside, Raptor bucket seats with Alcantara and leather and all sorts of Raptor on the floor and Ford Performance there and Raptor in the center console, and it's a bit of awesome. There's not much in the way of startup sound, obviously. It's a 2-litre diesel. Yeah, let's go and see what she's all about. There's a lot to like about this Ranger Raptor. The ride quality is excellent. The seats are great. The engine is plenty powerful, considering it's only a 2-litre turbo diesel. It is a little bit uninspiring. I don't really think it quite does justice to the Raptor name badge. Here's a proper Raptor coming the other way. With that 3-litre twin turbo V6, it's just a little bit more exciting. But as a package of a ute that you can live with and drive every day and put the kids in the back and, tow a reasonable sized boat, 2.5 tons, it's excellent. And because it's the diesel, the fuel consumption's pretty reasonable. You sort of, depending on how you drive it, I've seen people go from anywhere at the top end, 13 litres to the 100, and some people I've seen get into the 9s. It is still a 2.3 ton dual cab ute. It's still going to use a decent amount of fuel, but they're not too bad. The only downsides really are it's wide and it's tall. It's 1.9 meters tall, so it's a bit taller than all the other utes because these are lifted 2 inches over a standard Ranger. The 10-speed is not the most reliable thing. There's been plenty of cases of those having problems. So if you're buying one of these, make sure the service history is really, really good. One of the good things about it being lifted over a standard Ranger is you can put lift springs in these very cheaply. You can get them for $400, $500 for a set of lift springs. You can keep the Fox Racing suspension, and then you can fit 35-inch tires. And because these come out of the factory on 33s, that's all legal. You're not in a position where you can be defected by the cops. Whereas if that guy on the Hilux in front of me was to try and run 35-inch tires, he would be hounded constantly because it's illegal. Whereas these 35s, no problems, nice and legal. But 33s are a pretty good size anyway, so you can just run those and, enjoy it for what it is. Enjoy it. It's very capable out of the factory is one of the best parts of it. Drive this thing around a state forest and it is a great time. It's really, really capable off-road out here, giving it a hoon. It's bloody wonderful. You can really tell that Ford put in big work into the suspension and all of that to make it, a capable sort of hoons car. You can really just do dumb shit. You've got limited safety features in these ones. They don't have that full advanced tech pack that some of the Rangers get of autonomous braking and a few things, but you get lane keep assist. One of the really good parts about this car is because it's a bit older, the lane keep assist stays off. So if you turn it off, it won't turn itself back on automatically when you restart the car. So that's a beautiful thing. It's got auto stop start, but you can go through the settings in the dash and turn it off. And again, that stays off as well. It's in my mind's eye, on the cusp of being too technological. It's got all those things, but you can turn them off and you don't have to deal with it. So I really like it for that. A lot of the interior is really good too. It's very soft. These are all very soft to the touch. The steering wheel, the door cards. The only thing that's not is that part there. That's kind of scratchy plastic. God, roadworks, I hate waiting at roadworks with such a passion. The only thing about auto stop start that's not great is it can be hard on batteries. So if you have a car with automatic stop start, you have to buy a battery that's built for it because that constant restarting is pretty tough on them. One real negative of this car though is the climate control. It's great, right? When Ford builds a car, they start with an aircon and then, build the rest from there. So it's either ice cold or it's really hot. You got everything in between. But in order to change shit on it, you have to press the climate button and do it here. There's no physical buttons down the bottom for it. And it's not too bad if you're just using Ford's setup, but if you use Apple CarPlay, you have to go out of Apple CarPlay into Ford, into climate, just to, you know, put the defrost on or something like that. That's quite infuriating. I do find that pretty annoying. You know, what is taking so long? Oh, don't include that bit. I forgot to turn the traction control off. Oh, that's so embarrassing. God, you'd think I'd be a professional and I'd know what I'm doing. Me. I'm gonna get fired for that, aren't I? The producer's gonna sack me.
Oh, it's actually a lot different when traction control's
No kidding, eh? Fucking hell. These things have the top speed limit to 178 kilometers an hour. It's not because it can't go faster. It's actually to do with the speed rating of the 33s that these things come with. They're all speed rated to like 200 kilometers an hour, so they have to put limiters in to stop you from exceeding that. Even the Ram TRX, I think, is speed limited to like 160, 170. They can't, you know, they got 700 horsepower, but the top speed is actually, you know, bugger all, really. And yeah, you can just take one of these and bloody hammer down a back road, hammer down a dirt road. It's a really fun ute. Anyways, guys, that's been the Ranger Raptor. If you've got any questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and yeah, see you in the next one.